So these top two nuts on this back panel, they're located back here. You almost have to get back there and you got to blind feel it, put it on there. If you're lucky, you can loosen it up and twist it out of there with your fingers, the nut and the bolt. If you're unlucky, you're going to have to use both sides and twist it sometimes a quarter of a turn at a time. The side with the hydraulic tank is somewhat hard because the hydraulic tank is in your way. On the other side, if you remove that front panel like we discussed in an earlier video, you can come in through this side and you can get pretty easy access to the top two. But you still got this one up here. It's a bitch on both sides. But once you get those 6 nuts and bolts out of there, it becomes a better day because this thing just comes apart pretty easy. If you're not watching, it'll almost fall on you. But it's pretty light too. Then you can just take off the back thing and you got a little more access to your motor. Set that to the side. At this point, you can get the choke off and you can get the forward panel off by disconnecting it right here. Just to do a little recap, this is how many nuts and bolts I've had to take off just to access the motor before I can worry about why it's seized up. Now I need to take this panel off, but I put 2 fans in here, so I've got some connections. I'll have to disconnect the fans and then I can pull this panel off. Now, I know that whenever I pull this panel off, there's a good chance that this whole cross member and everything like that is going to become extremely shaky on me. So I might have to pull the other panel off and take the roof off. All this just to access the engine. But we'll see if I can pull just this panel off and work with the shaky. But if it's too unstable, I'll take it off. Alright, so I installed these cooling fans. So if you're lucky, you didn't install cooling fans and you don't have to do this step. But I'm just going to unplug these 3 wires and I put it in there to where I can just unplug everything. So I'll unplug everything and then I'll keep the fans on because the fans are kind of a bitch. I'll do a video on that later. To take the side panel off, you're going to need to use your trusty 12mm again. You're going to need to take off those 4, those 2, and there's 2 on the bottom, which of course is a different size wrench. I'll get that for you here in a second. Now the ones on the top, I believe, are tapped, so that makes it a little easier. Don't strip those out, that could be a bitch later. Ugh. Those are on there pretty good. They are tapped. That's a good thing. I determined this by pulling the bolt out and nothing fell on the other side. You want to remove these 2 outside ones first and then move to the inside, or else your wrench will just get in the way. So I got those 4 removed. I'm going to keep this one in. I'm still going to loosen this one just a little bit. That's just to keep the panel from falling on me when I do the bottom. You got 2 more 12s right here you need to take. 2 here and 2 here.